What's up, guys? This is Deontay from Inselbergmedia. My brother sent me some more stuff for me to review, and we got a mother this time who discovered that a daycare worker was trying to develop a relationship with her 10-year-old child. I don't even know what to say.
On the spot with no questions until he was proven innocent.
Plugged in her son's phone.
Her face was his screensaver on the
What?
phone, and it was a picture that she had taken of herself.
And she started digging.
I went through his text messages because that was the first thing that I thought. And her name was saved in his phone as Mommy. And it's a bunch of I love yous and what are you wearing?
She shared pictures of much of the concerning conversation between her son and the 24-year-old worker and pictures like this one.
That's not a picture that you send to a 10-year-old. That's a picture that you send to your man.
She said the worker bought her son clothes, shoes, and even a gold chain. And Grace said when investigators came to her apartment, a Department of Family and Children's Services worker got her 10-year-old to reveal more.
He did say that this incident where she was rubbing his leg happened on the way back from the field trip.
We aren't using the worker's name or face because she is yet to be charged, and that's why Grace is outraged.
Had it been a situation where it was a little girl and a grown man, they would have locked him up on the spot with no questions until he was proven innocent.
Plugged in her.
And you know what? She's aware of this because she got a little boy herself. So I think only women who have men children or boy children are going to be perceptive to this. I'm not saying that you can't see it if you don't have any, but like, yeah, of course she would be more keen to this. But it's like, yeah, what kind of person tries to get a developing child to think of them as their mother for a sexual relationship or presumably a sexual relationship, allegedly? She was rubbing his leg. I mean, like, this is predatory behavior. Yeah, the women who can see this for what it is, bravo to her. Bravo to her for pointing this out that her child was being having relationships, or it looked like developing a relationship with an adult. Good on her for even spotting something like this and pointing it out, going straight to the media, going straight to the police, going straight to anyone who will listen to it. Because like she said at the very end, this is a massive double standard when it comes to men. If this was a man, absolutely, he would have been locked up, no questions. He would have been fired. He would have been completely reprimanded. It would have been all around the news. It would have been all over the neighborhood. His whole social life would have been canceled right then and there. And rightfully so. If you're doing and suspected of anything like this is already enough of an issue. You shouldn't even be able to be suspected for something like this. But not only that, she had photo evidence that she basically installed this picture on this boy's phone. The boy himself has said she's been touching me inappropriately, rubbing my leg. Why in any world would a teacher or any type of caregiver need to rub someone's leg? Even in comfort situations, there's other parts of the body to rub that would be much more appropriate than rubbing someone's leg. And what part of the leg? Was it the inner part, the outer part? It doesn't matter. All of it is sexual. So it's like, we have to play these like semantics games when it comes to women in these situations, but when it's men, it's absolutely just decapitate them right there on the spot. And so I agree with her. These double standards are unreal. I think the police and the community are not taking this seriously. But the flip side to this is the double standard also applies if they were to arrest her, do all this stuff, and then she was presumably found not guilty from all that because they went through the improper channels to arrest her. That also will let her off while she's still being a predator. So I understand that they have to be careful about this because it's not the same for women. Women have to go, you have to go through the entire process to put a woman down for sexual harassment or sexual assault or any of this stuff. But for a guy, it can just be enough to accuse them and to have anything that remotely looks like evidence. Even a text message, you don't even need pictures, or even a text message that with no context, with a screenshot of it, can be misconstrued as enough evidence to put this guy at least be fired for, or at least be released from college. We've seen people lose their scholarships. We've seen people get revoked or completely removed from campus on college, even though the false the false accusation was proven to be false. The boy was not allowed to come back, or if he was still going to be shamed and labeled as a rapist, even though he was found innocent. The people will look at him and say, the system worked for you. Basically, the system worked in your favor, especially if he's white. So, this is crazy to see it happening so often. I think it's because we have the internet. We can get more videos like this. But this is not a good sign. I mean, I just did a video talking about people stalking your social media information to be able to build a profile on you to do something like this. I'm not saying that's what this lady did, but like we live in a world now where you have to be so careful that the cyber form of predator is the actual true form that we're worried about. It used to be snatching kids up when I was a kid. Now it's not that. Now it's we can do it behind the scenes and then just show up when the time is right, when the opportunity presents itself. So it's actually even more scarier now than when I was a kid, simply because of how blind we are to the opportunities that lie for this type of action to happen. So yeah, man, I don't know what to say. Good on this mom for protecting her children. I'm always protecting the kids. I'm always about protecting the kids. This is Deontay from Inselbergmedia. At any time, I am completely against women having inappropriate relationships with children, men or women, but for sure women. I had this myself happen to me, and it's not right. It's not right. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share if you're enjoying the content. Let me know what I could be going over. If you got some suggestions for me, let me know in the comments or send me an email. But other than that, it's been a good one.